Hi, my name is John with 8Asians, and I here have Sophie Kim, who is the co-star of the Netflix comedy, The Healing Powers of Dude. So, thank you for your time, Sophie.
Oh, of course, yeah. Thank you.
I know you through your mother, because we used to be colleagues at a company a long time ago, and when I saw on Facebook that you were going to be a co-star of this Netflix show, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And I'm just curious, how did you hear about this particular role? And what was like the audition process like?
Yeah, so my dad's sister, actually, my aunt, I think she saw the casting call, and then she sent an email to my dad, and she was like, oh, Sophie would be great in this. And my dad was like, you should try out for it. So I did. I filmed some self-tapes with my best friend, and we just sent those in. And then they happened to like those, so they had a Skype call with me. Mm-hmm. And then eventually I went to LA and did some chemistry tests with the other candidates for Simon and Noah and those other roles.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So it was from the beginning of the application to like the final selection. I'm curious, how long did that take?
I think it took maybe like a month or so.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty quick.
It was actually pretty quick, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think especially for Amara, it was pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me. Yeah. Because I think they'd gone to a point where they made it like just a worldwide casting call.
Okay.
And then once I got to LA, there were only two girls, me and one other girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was basically, okay, that makes sense. And had you had any acting before, or any desire to act prior?
Sure. I mean, vaguely, I'd done some like school theater programs and stuff like that. I never tried out for anything professionally.
Okay, so no like TV commercials
no,
or
nothing
okay.
like that.
Okay.
But I've always enjoyed the process, or like the concept of storytelling, either through writing or acting. So, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then, like, were there any actors or actresses, past or present in TV or film that kind of inspired or interested you in acting?
Sure. I mean, I'd have to say my favorite TV show is Parks and Rec.
Okay.
And I love all the actors and actresses in it, so
okay.
That definitely, and I'm a big musical theater fan, so some of my favorite musicals like Hamilton.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. How about Glee, the TV show?
Oh, I've seen that. It went kind of off the rails, but I saw like the first 3 seasons, and it was a pretty good show.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just because you said musicals and stuff like
sure,
that,
yeah.
I mean, that came to mind. I've never actually followed it that much, but
sure. It's fun.
So I guess, what were you most surprised about being involved in a television production?
Oh, probably how fast-paced and efficient it was. It was like a well-oiled machine. It was kind of funny because, like, all the like ADs and stuff, they were all like, it was almost like they were secret agents, and you had all these codes, and it was really fast. Yeah.
So AD's assistant director.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just like all the coordination. It was very like, it was interesting to watch. Yeah.
And so I know it was an 8 episode series,
right.
So it was all filmed like all at once, and so they were making it like super efficient.
They really had to make it fast because as kid actors, I think we're only legally allowed to work like 9 hours a day.
Right.
And we only had summer break to do it.
Right.
So that it wouldn't interfere with
school.
We all go to school. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I took a look and said, oh wow, they did all the filming last summer, and so just like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So in your Netflix video focus snippet, you said you had mentioned that you had Ulrich congenital muscular dystrophy.
Right.
And so I wanted to know that what is a misconception about growing up with that you'd like the viewing audience to understand from the show?
I think on the show they didn't actually mention the particular condition that Amara has, but I think certainly just in general how really our lives aren't really that much different than anybody else's. That's probably something just to kind of break the stigma around it, break the taboo. That means a lot already.
Right, yeah. No, I noticed from the few episodes that I did get to watch that you seem to be pretty much like any other kid.
Yeah. Sure.
So I haven't gotten to the other episodes. So, but from the trailer, I did see that, you know, there's some other things that take into account you not getting a particular role and stuff.
Right,
So,
yeah.
So, no spoilers out there, but if you see the trailer, you can, you know. Also in that Netflix highlight video, you said that you thought it was important to see more people like yourself. So I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more.
Sure, of course, because I know that growing up, I really never saw anybody else, even like in a wheelchair on TV, and even when there was, they were definitely not actually disabled. And I think it just means a lot to see people like you on TV because we deserve it as much as anybody else. And it also would help people not feel so alone. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, one thing that struck me in doing a little research was that 95% of the roles of disabled people on television or film are played by non-disabled folks, and that kind of surprised and shocked me, and I was wondering why you might think that might be.
I think a lot of production companies, I guess, have some misconception that it would be a lot harder to accommodate an actor that is disabled, or I don't know, maybe they think that it's less easy to digest to viewers, but I think that's silly and it's not worth excluding them.
Okay, yeah. Or maybe the actors themselves, they might think there's not a lot of work out for them, so it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where...
Precisely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it was a shocking figure though to read.
Yeah.
So from also doing my research, it seemed like the production team seemed to be really committed to finding an actress that was in a wheelchair, and I was wondering, like, what are the similarities and differences between you and the character Amara?
Like regarding the disability or just in general?
Both the disability and in general.
Sure. When she went to visit her friend Noah's house, they had to actually build a ramp in for her, which I thought was really sweet, because that's true. It is hard for people in wheelchairs to access some other like friends' houses and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
So also just in general, in the show she's a Parks and Rec fan, and like I said, that's my favorite show.
Right.
Yeah, they actually based that off me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a huge divergence in terms of character or background.
Yeah,
okay.
She's sort of similar to me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember, seeing some other interviews, and I think, you're not doing Hamlet or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're playing a kid, right?
Yeah.
So, and you are a kid, so that's a good match. So, was there anything in the series that highlighted your Korean or Asian American background?
Oh yeah, there's this one part of the show where, you actually probably seen this episode, where they're like introducing themselves to the class. And Amara says that her presentation was like really long and boring, but she won people over when she handed out her mom's kimbap.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a Korean food.
Well, I remember there was some reference to your TV mom being a brain surgeon. I remember that part.
Yeah.
But I know your mom's not a brain surgeon.
No, yeah.
So, cool. And so after this experience, I mean, do you think you might want to be an actor or a singer when you grow up?
Possibly. It's definitely something to pursue. I do really enjoy both, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten to that episode where you're singing, but in the trailer you have like a really beautiful voice.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, have you taken a lot of music lessons in the past?
Not outside of school, but I've been taking chorus since 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. great. And what grade are you in now? Just
I'm in eighth.
Eighth, okay.
Yeah.
Great. And now that the series has debuted on Netflix, I'm wondering, like, have you gotten a lot of feedback from just friends and family, and also just beyond from like strangers and stuff?
Yeah, definitely from my friends and family. They've been very supportive. People at school, and I've gotten a lot of DMs on Instagram from people from all around the world, and it's just been really cool. Even some people with disabilities, a lot of people actually have said that they are so glad that there's representation, and that is amazing. That's exactly why it's worth that. Right.
Cool. So, so I had my final question. Is do you know what's next? I mean, I couldn't find out whether or not there was going to be a season 2, and maybe that's still up in the air. I'm not too sure how much you can say about that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's something that the writers want. We all want a season 2. It just depends on whether that's feasible. I think it depends on how many viewers it gets.
Sure, the popularity, right?
Yes. So we should find out. Yeah, and in theory, I will be in it.
Right. Because the summer is just, I guess, 3 or 4 months away. So that would be. Because it's like, oh, they should be like making the call sometime. Soon.
Yeah. So. But yes, that's definitely what we're going for. Just hope Netflix approves it.
Cool. And I guess, sorry, one additional question. Given now that you've been on television, I mean, have you had any other outreaches for other opportunities?
Yeah, I've had a few actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. So we might maybe see you in some other shows. Okay, cool. Great. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Sophie.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's it for now. So thanks a lot for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this little profile of Sophie, and wishing her the best of luck in her television and possibly film career. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.